Good evening, Twitch. How you doing? It is Monday, start of the week, and we're doing something a little bit different. I thought, and this has kind of been a thought in my head here, I'm gonna actually try the whole guidance and personality driven route, not just of YouTube and making videos of that, but also streaming. You know, it might be good to actually show some practice. And so what I did actually yesterday, I actually wrote a guide on my website. I actually got a website. I've had a website for a while, but I never really used it for anything, and I kind of need to start using it. I decided to write a audio guide, or not an audio guide. I wanted to write about my audio setup for streaming. And what I kind of wanted to do before we jump into the next game, for Beat the Backlog, we're going to take it easy tonight. Probably going to play maybe a round or two of Fight and Rage. But before we do that, I want to jump in and show you guys how my audio is set up for streaming, because if there's anything I could actually tell anyone in regards to streaming, is that your audio is the most important thing when it comes to your production. People have to be able to enjoy listening, not only just to your voice, but it has to have proper levels, and you have to make sure that you're in complete control of your audio. And if you talk to every single streamer will have a very different audio setup. What I'd like to think is actually kind of special about mine, compared to a lot of us streamers, is that one benefit, I would argue the main benefit of my audio setup, is that everything has their own dedicated audio track. And that's actually important when it comes to if you actually plan on converting any sort of video that you pull from your stream into an audio, into making your own YouTube videos and such. It's important to be able to have every single audio source available, or every single piece of audio that's made, have their own dedicated channel, have their own dedicated track. And thankfully with something like OBS, you can actually achieve that. I'll have to check later on to see if Twitch Studio or XSplit might have that. But for now, I want to show you because I'm primarily an OBS user. So, to kind of get things started, I'm going to actually just enter the void of darkness. Let's enter the void of darkness. Because I can't do my... There's only one application that is actually important when it comes to my audio setup, and Proton John actually introduced me to this, and I am so grateful he actually has introduced me to this setup. But for now, though, before we begin, I want to actually just enjoy us a bit of music, and decided, you know what? I'm going to play a little bit of Popsky's music here. This is actually, he's also a streamer. He's actually also a composer as well. He actually, on his Bandcamp, this is actually his Ultra Pack here. And unfortunately, I didn't download a webhook showing what song. So that's actually something I'll have to do another time. But for now, you can actually enjoy that. Actually, I might want to lower it just a little bit. There we go. That's nice and calming. Still been I've been going through all his songs. He's got over 12 hours of music, so trying to find a good intro song, a good intermission song, and a good outro song. It's kind of difficult. But he's got a lot of songs, and you can definitely check him out on Bandcamp. But for now, though, why don't we begin here? And I'm going to make a YouTube video on this. But for now, I kind of want to, well, if I stream, what kind of person would I be if I didn't actually stream and make a video on Twitch here? for people to actually stream. Obviously, we're going to go unscripted, more or less unscripted, kind of have outlines here. And we're going to jump from point to point here. So don't worry, there's actually a point of everything's actually blacked out right now. I'll find a border to actually put up there another time. But when it comes to my audio setup, one of the best things about my audio setup is that you can actually have every single audio source be on someone's separate track. And the way I can actually accomplish this in an application I would recommend, if you don't have any money, you don't have to buy a Go XLR or any other, third-party XLR mixer setup here, because we're actually entering into this realm of mixers here. And the application I actually ended up using, and it's thanks to Proton John, is an application called Voicemeeter Banana. And one of the great parts about this here, it's a virtual mixer here. Now, for those of you who don't really know a lot of audio, or kind of a beginner like myself, the most important thing to take away is that mixers are great, allowing you to plug in multiple sources, whether inputs and outputs, and then just go through selected sources. So for Windows, effectively, when you're just using your computer, all your audio is just going from your computer to, say, your headphones or your speakers. With a mixer, you can actually have it set up to have your headphones and speakers and have multiple microphones hooked up at once. And that's what this is. This is basically taking a physical mixer and putting it on inside your computer, which is extremely handy and is required to do this. Voicemeeter Banana is a free application. I personally use Voicemeeter Banana. There is also a normal Voicemeeter application, but today, though, I'm going to be focusing on just Voicemeeter. So to start out with, most important thing, why don't we start out with the inputs here. We're going to talk about your microphone here. Now, to put your microphone in Voicemeeter, you need to actually go to the inputs here, because microphone or hardware inputs are devices like any sort of microphone. Could be the microphone from a webcam, could be a microphone, your actual dedicated microphone, or a microphone from your headset. So effectively, things that are going to be recording audio or recording your voice, like what you're hearing right now. So what you can actually do, you can actually click on hardware input 1, and what will appear, unfortunately didn't actually show up here, is actually a list of options that you'll actually get, and you can actually select it. So right now I have my microphone selected for hardware input 1. You definitely want to have your microphone that you use selected, be it a headset or a dedicated microphone here. Next thing you want to do, just kind of keep things simple, and I'll explain this at the end here. You want to make sure that you have a channel, one of the channels actually selected. My advice is actually selected either on B1 or B2, and for now I'm actually just using B2 here. Since I only have one microphone, that's all the hardware inputs we'll need. The second part here is actually our hardware out, so these are our outputs here. This is your actual headphones or your television or monitor that you actually play the audio out from here. Since I primarily use I said headphones here, you can see I actually have my headphones selected, and I also have my monitor selected, and I'll explain that in due time. But under A1 here, what you'll want to do is select A1, and then you'll want to select what your main, where you actually want to hear your audio from. So in my case here, we actually have my headphones selected. I'm using a G935, as you can see. And as you can tell here, and like I said, I'll go into, and under A2 here, I actually have my monitor set up here. Now, the important thing here, as you kind of notice here, we have A1, A2, A3. These are your outputs here. If you actually go down here to the master section here, you can see where the audio is actually being played from here. So we have, A1, that's the audio that's actually going through my desktop right now. Then you have B2, that's my microphone. You can see they're basically in sync. B1, that is also, that'll actually, it's technically being used as the mixer, but I'm not actually using it. So I wouldn't worry about that though. But effectively, A1 through A3 are your outputs, and you can think B1, B2 as inputs here, kind of dedicated inputs. But brings us here to the most important part, the virtual inputs. Now I leave all the other stuff alone here, because there's a lot of other really complicated stuff with Voicemeeter, but you want to focus on the basics here, and then you can edit things. So then you finally get to virtual inputs, which is the most important part here. Sorry, this is my first time hearing a lot of Popsky's music as well. So it's also interesting to actually hear. So there's actually two sources here that we're actually going to get from this virtual mixer, and that's what makes everything I do in terms of my streaming audio possible. It converts a single output of audio and now lets me split it into two sources. So now we have two sources here, Voicemeeter VAIO and Voicemeeter Auxiliary. So under Voicemeeter VAIO here, I have my speakers set up, so basically my output device. B1 is selected, but once again, we're not actually using that. I can actually just unselect that. But under the auxiliary, we also have our desktop selected, but we also have my microphone selected. Now that's going to be useful for something a little bit later on when we go to our next application here. But for now though, that's the way you actually want to have your Voicemeeter set up. With that set up, we can actually go to our next step here, which is actually going to Windows actually. So for now, I'm going to jump over to Windows here, and I'm actually going to bring up my display here. And the one thing you'll actually need to do here is actually go into your sound settings. And I should actually bring that over. So under our sound settings here, the most important thing that you actually want to have selected here is for the output. You want to actually make sure that Voicemeeter input is selected. As you can see, we now have two outputs. We have Voicemeeter aux input and Voicemeeter input. That A1 channel, that is where we have selected for Voicemeeter input. So that is what we actually want selected through Windows. If this is not selected, you're not going to be able to hear anything for any of your Windows applications. Second thing, input here. You actually want to select your microphone, and I currently have something else selected, but I'll go into detail about that a little bit later. But by default, you want to have your default microphone selected, or to put it simply, use the same microphone that you have set up in Voicemeeter Bananas. So for me, I have my microphone, VoiceMod Virtual. For microphone here, I also have VoiceMod Virtual Audio Device. And once again, we'll go into that a little bit later. With that selected there, now we can actually go into our next step here, which is actually, well, Discord here. I want to actually show this here, and we can actually just bring this up to a full screen here. So the important about Discord here is we want to change a few settings. Once again, as your input device, you want to make sure that you have your microphone that you have selected and put into Voicemeeter. So once again, it's microphone, Voicemeeter, virtual audio device. For you, it's probably going to be something like your Samsung microphone or your headset here. Like I have a Logitech G935 headset here. For output device, for Discord, here's the difference though. You want to actually have it be your Voicemeeter auxiliary input. And when we jump into OBS, you'll see why. So for now, make that your input there. So with that, I think our next step here, once you have that done, you can actually move on over into OBS. So, kind of had to do it this way. I did it again. I did it again. I pressed the full screen button again. Why did I do that? That's terrible. What was it? Was it shift escape? No, control escape. I can't believe I did this again. I can't believe I did this again. Hang on a second. I completely... Oh, why do I press that button? I completely forgot. Ah, there it was. Alt space. Oh yes, please put in a window for that. So it kind of make things have to kind of do this to you for a bit. For audio setups in OBS, you'll actually want to go into your audio settings. So go into File, Settings, and go into your audio. And from there, you want to actually create 2 channels. So with a mixer here, you can normally, from my experience here with OBS, you can have 2 desktop audio sources. You can have more, but by default here, we're going to actually just use these 2 because these are the only 2 we're actually going to need. Is Voicemeeter input as desktop audio. I'm going to call it desktop audio 1. And under desktop audio 2, you want to have Voicemeeter aux input here. And then finally, for your microphone, once again, choose the microphone that you have set up in Voicemeeter Banana. Once you have that set up, what you'll actually end up getting is, and I'll actually explain here, we can actually go to your audio mixer. Here, the benefit of the audio mixer is that you will now have all of your gameplay and music go through your desktop audio 1. For desktop audios 2, if you remember how we actually set up Discord here, one of the benefits of Discord here is that we set it up to Voicemeeter aux input. So that desktop audio 2 will now just be dedicated to anyone you have that's a co-com on stream. So if you want to have guests on your stream through using Discord, all of their audio will actually go through the desktop audio 2. So that'll be its own separate track. And then finally, of course, your microphone. Your microphone will also have its own separate track. And here's the biggest benefit as to why you as a streamer will actually want to actually take the time and segregate all your audio. If you actually do record your streams, and I'll go into that in another video later, but you can actually record your streams like I do. You can actually have all of your audio on separate tracks. Now, I highly stress that if you're going to record your streams, that you do it using the MKV. And you'll actually see why in a moment here. But to simply explain it, MP4 recording does not allow you to have multiple audio tracks set up. MKV actually does. So as you can actually see here, the way I have my audio set up is I have all my audio sources go through track 1. This is required. But for tracks 2 through 6, I can actually select which audio track I want each of these sources to go. So I also have my desktop audio being recorded through track number 2. But for, say, if I have a co-com, and for other purposes, I have my guest, let's just call this the co-com audio. I have the co-com audio, my desktop audio 2, recording on a separate track. And same thing with my microphone. I have my microphone dedicated to its own track. And the best part about this is that, say if you edit videos, or if you have a friend or a coworker that does the video editing for you, say they'll find clips and such from your streams, or if you use your streams to make YouTube content from what you stream, you can actually bring it all over into your video editing software and be able to actually select and control the audio from each individual track. So one last thing I actually couldn't show you here. There's one final application here. So for my video editing, I actually use Sony Vegas. I'm currently trying to switch over to DaVinci Resolve, but that's a process here. So what we can actually do here, actually was making a stream alert here. That actually shows, hey, I kind of want to add more stream alerts here. So I decided to actually make one on my own volition here. What we can actually do here, let's actually just close that. Let's just start a new project. And let's just go to my recordings here. I can actually go into my recording folder here, assuming it actually loads. That is definitely not it. There we go. You can actually, once you're actually done streaming, you can actually remux your MKVs into MP4 files, and then you'll be able to use it in your video editing software. But let's take the last stream I did, which was actually Fall Guys. As you can see, all of my audio is on a separate track. So stream track 1, here's all my desktop audio, stream 2. It shows nothing. Well, if you actually zoom in, you can actually zoom in a little bit here. And you can actually, you know what, actually this is a better way to show it. What I can actually do, we'll just do this. You can actually normalize. And you can see here, this is actually this is the game so stream 1, that's every single audio source I have. Stream 2 is dedicated to just the gameplay audio. So let's actually stop this for a moment here. I can actually show you. So here we are with let's see, let's actually jump into a game here. Here we go. You can actually, oh, right. The first game actually kind of broke, so let's actually pick a different game. Here we go, Fall Ball. As you can notice, there's no voice, aside from, well, my own right now. But we can actually change it here. We can actually just pause, this again. If you notice here, you can actually hear this now. So this stream 4, that's my microphone. Nope, and I just kicked it into our own goal. And there you go. Now we have a dedicated audio. Just for... And the great part about this is that you'll be able to freely edit it and not have to worry about... It's actually a high-scoring game here. Let's actually stop that. So the green one is the useless one. Hey, how's it going, 80 Honest? No, the great part about this is that you can choose which audio tracks can record. So, you know, since we're just streaming Fall Guys here, we really only have the gameplay and my microphone. But if I had a co-com here, that's actually where number 3 would be. And then number 5 here, that was most likely for, that was probably for something, you know, something else. And that's not offensive at all. But that is actually how I have my audio set up in OBS. It's extremely useful to actually have this type of setup. So whenever I need to like make my own, like, and the benefit of this all is, and if you ever watch some other guidance channels here, one of the main benefits is that you can edit everything for YouTube. You can make your own clips and add things onto them. So I could literally just take a round of Fall Ball, and instead of having, you know, the audio, let's say I just want to have the music, and I want to make just some sort of montage video of me playing really well in Fall Ball and Fall Guys, I can actually do that now. Without having to worry about, say, my voice being in the way, or a sound effect in the way, and being able to have clean audio for, you know, that type of editing is really, really important. And speaking of actual audio effects, now that you know my audio setup, there are actually some benefits to my setup here. So if you actually remember, or the start, I actually was going over Voicemeeter here. Let's actually turn off Vegas. If you kind of notice, the way I had things set up was we also have Voicemeeter aux. Now, Voicemeeter aux here is used primarily in OBS. Oh, the way I use it is, the way most people would actually conventionally use this is if you have a guest, that would be their dedicated channel. But there's another benefit to actually have it. You know how I play all my sound effects on my soundboard here? And I'll actually show it here. I can actually jump over to that. Since I use Elgato Stream Deck, this is actually how I do half of the things I do here. I primarily use that Desktop Audio 2, or also known as Voicemeeter aux, as a soundboard channel. So one thing I actually do is, so originally before I used Triggerfire, I actually have channel points here. And let's just say here, GameCube 1. So let's just actually play it here. So that there, what you actually heard, was actually being played. If you look at the output here, Voicemeeter aux input. So that's actually not going over Desktop Audio 1. It has its own dedicated audio channel. And it doesn't matter what sounds I play here or how many I play. So I can do a scream. Apparently one of my hard drives stopped. I need to get more SSDs. There you go. Oh, the duck hunt laugh. I'm able to actually choose which audio source it outputs from. And so because it's set up with Voicemeeter aux input, I can actually preserve all my desktop audio. It's the same thing with my, with console gaming as well. Hey, how's it going, Akasum? How you doing tonight? Just kind of wanted to show. I think I want to try and do this, is basically do more tutorials here. So if you ever want to actually create your own soundboard, whether you're being like a radio host or Jim Cramer from Mad Money, to have a bunch of fun sound effects for your stream, you can actually use my setup, which is a zero-cost setup. I should stress, actually, Voicemeeter Banana is free software. If you do use it and you do enjoy it, I would recommend give a donation to the actual developer. But it is actually, by its standalone, it is actually a free application. It's a nice function of fusing the audio channels into one. Actually, it does the opposite. To be honest, the whole point of having a mixer, whether it's a virtual mixer or a physical mixer like the Go XLR, a lot of streamers, a lot of bigger streamers, audio solution is to use a Go XLR or to buy buy their own mixer and then go through the extremely complicated task of trying to make sure the audio mixer they bought will work with their XLR microphone and such. This setup here allows me to use a USB microphone and use a virtual mixer. So effectively, the barrier of entry is non-existent. You could even use your headset microphone as the microphone if you so desire. So this is, if anything, actually the no-cost solution that you can actually have when it comes to it. But yeah, you can see here, I wish, actually, apparently it doesn't. If you actually select on output, you can actually see a bunch of other options that you can listen to. But it's really nice. So any other sources, so soundboard here, you can actually just add a sound. And then you can select on the output. And as long as it's Voicemeeter aux input, it'll play through that its own dedicated channel. Yeah, no, I want to try and actually have, I realize I need to make tutorials on YouTube, but I also need to I want to try my hand at doing like kind of rough draft and show people how, the knowledge I have from streaming. because I feel like that's one thing I'm kind of missing. If I'm going with the whole persona of being your stream moderator, I might as well show you, hey, if you're a streamer, this is a solution. This is how you can better run your business. This is how better you can run your production. And so this is a production tutorial here. I wanted to show my audio setup and show the benefits of it. And the benefits of my audio setup is I can have clean audio on my desktop. I can have a dedicated co-com. I can also have my browser sources on their own separate audio tracks, and I can choose what I actually want to record and what I don't want to record. So I can actually do something like this here. So let me just jump around here for a second. Let's go back to the display. Let's turn off the stream deck here. Yeah, you're on stream right now. So for voice mixer here, does Voicemeeter work with Zoomdo? Yes, it does. Any and all applications will work with Voicemeeter. So the way you actually set things up, and I'll actually show it. I can actually show it here. So when you actually install Voicemeeter onto your computer, you will actually have your you'll actually be able to choose your devices here. And so instead of going from one audio source, you're actually splitting it into two audio sources. So you have Voicemeeter input and Voicemeeter auxiliary input. And so the way I have it, I'm actually using both channels. So what you would most likely want to do, and I'll actually show you in Voicemeeter right now, I'll bring that up, is you'll want to actually select Voicemeeter VAIO. So the virtual inputs that you actually see here are actually your channels here. So Voicemeeter VAIO, that's going to be your desktop audio. That's going to be what you effectively want to set. And by default, it'll actually do this, because if you go to Windows, if you actually just go to your sound settings, you can actually just set as the default device Voicemeeter input. And so any and all applications, whether it's a video game, whether it's Zoom, Skype, your MP3 player, VLC or whatever, audio playback song, if you use Spotify, for example. Spotify, why am I not using Spotify? Spotify, all the audio will go through the mixer, and then it'll actually then go through what you select as a device. And so for me, the way I have mine set up is I have my headset and my monitor actually selected. So A1 is actually where my headphones are, A2 is where my monitor is, and I can actually just simply activate, turn on and off through the virtual input section here. So Voicemeeter input is Voicemeeter VAIO, Voicemeeter aux, well, that's Voicemeeter aux. So I actually have A1 selected, so all the audio is actually going through that application. So yeah, it does work with Zoom. I will note though, you do need to turn this on. There's no boot on startup to my knowledge here for this application, but that's perfectly fine. There is actually one more thing I want to actually show. Actually, you know what? Let me bring this up. So under my microphone, I actually have... Well, I don't actually have my microphone selected. I actually use a different application. It's called Voicemod. And what Voicemod does, and you probably actually... It's very similar to the Elgato soundboard. The difference, though, with the soundboard is... So, what I actually show you here, so the standard is the Elgato soundboard. I can play audio sounds, and that'll go through the auxiliary channel. Or in OBS, it'll be just labeled desktop audio 2. However, there's another application. And that is actually another application I use, and that is called Voicemod. Now, Voicemod, I should let you know, is it's either a subscription, or if you can get it, and I only got this when I got the Stream Deck, was that they were offering a lifetime license. So I jumped on the chance here. So it's more like NCH of Vauxhall, editor voice. Exactly. Perfect example. So you can see here, on VoiceMod here, they actually have a couple of options here. So you see T-Pain, you see Baby, you see Blocks, Cave, Cooltune, Deep, and one of the great parts is that Stream Deck has an integration for VoiceMod. That's why the offer came up. So clearly Elgato and this company VoiceMod clearly have some sort of business relationship here. But the beautiful part about VoiceMod is, well, you can actually change your voice. So you can make yourself sound like you're in a cave, for example. And I'm gonna go back to clean audio here, because I don't think you want to. Or you can make yourself sound like a robot.
Make yourself sound like the character from Saw. And all of this is actually achieved
through VoiceMod. So the one other thing I want to show you about VoiceMod is, aside from being able to actually just simply mess around with your voice, you can actually do a couple of other things. There's the Voice Lab that actually will allow you to actually make your own preset, make your own audio effect, much like, as you just said here, NCH Voxel. And the great part about this is VoiceMod will work with all of your applications. Like if you do recordings and such, you can make yourself sound like a robot. Because the way you set it up is, for the input for VoiceMod, they actually need to know what microphone you're using. So I'm currently using the Samsung CO3U. That's their USB microphone. Output, you just want to choose your output that you listen everything through. So for me, it's Voicemeeter input. And what this will actually allow you to do is, if you actually go into Voicemeeter, to actually use VoiceMod, you actually need to change your hardware input, as well as, let me actually turn this off, your input in Windows to be the VoiceMod. And the same thing will apply to OBS as well. So if you actually change it to OBS, if you actually want to use a VoiceMod application like VoiceMod, you'll need to change your input in OBS, Windows, and in Voicemeeter for all of this to work together. So if you if you want to create a character or persona, or be able to have some sort of, whoops, that's the wrong one. If you want to have a special audio creation of your own, you can do that. And there's one other final thing that you can actually do with VoiceMod. And this is, if anything, the reason why I'm actually glad I got this. Does it have more manual voice editing though? Yeah, actually it does. So it does have a voice lab. You can actually choose delay, the vocoder. Honestly, I'm not an audio expert, so whatever wah wah is. Reverb, I know reverb, that's effectively the same as your echo. Pitch, double pitch, chorus, high pass, low pass. So if you're an expert with audio, you can actually make your own voice as well. And you can, these are presets here.
But you can actually, I just realized.
Selected it. Let's actually do this one here. I sound like a baby there. You know what, let's actually, I just realized something. Let's turn off the voice changer for a second. So, under background, so Cave here, we can actually have background effects, that's extra audio. You could change things as well from the presets to make it more adjustable for yourself, or an easier way to make this. You can make yourself sound like Alistair the Radio Demon. Oh, good. Another person who's actually a fan of VisiPop. I greatly enjoy her work. I don't know. I don't think there's actually a default for that. But there is probably one of those you can actually do. And I'm sure you can actually fine-tune a setting here. And there are a lot of little ones that get here. This actually does have a free download. However, the voices, you won't have access to the Voice Lab. You won't have the voices that you actually get to pick from will rotate on a weekly basis. So if there's a voice you really like for me, you know what, I would actually be okay with using Cave over and over again. I would once again stress, though, that this is if you can get the lifetime license, go and buy that over being a monthly subscription. Never do a monthly subscription unless you absolutely have to. But yet, you could make yourself sound like Alistair the Radio Demon if you so wanted. Female and male voices never work, in your opinion? Well, part of that requires you to actually kind of put in a little bit of effort, and it takes a bit of fine-tuning. I would recommend... I think the biggest problem, the reason a lot of people actually don't like a lot of voice mods and such, is because the kind of problem with voice mods is actually not so much the application as it's also the user. A lot of people have this mindset and expectation that when they actually simply talk, it's going to create the voice in their mind. So, Cave is a basic one, they have that, but when you get to things like, oh, man to woman, well, yeah, of course, you're gonna take a really deep man, you're not gonna get a perfect output of a female's voice here. Of the person doing the voicing will have to listen to it and figure out, how can I edit it and change it, or how can I alter my voice or my own personal pitch to actually make it sound consistent. But we're getting a bit off track here. There was one last thing I wanted to show off here, and it's actually the soundboard option here. Now, VoiceMod did give a bit of a facelift here with their application. But with VoiceMod here, you can also upload any audio file you want, and it'll actually play through your microphone. And so one of the good parts here... Actually, here, hang on a second. Let me actually turn off Popsky's music here for a second. So we actually have here the bass force. Yes, let me actually see if I can actually play that on mine here. So yeah, that's the bass force. Yeah, there. You kind of notice though it's playing very quietly through my microphone. Yeah. Very quiet. I could, of course, adjust the volume, but since if you're a streamer, you're not going to want to actually really use VoiceMod's soundboard on your stream. What you actually want to use it for is to be on, say you're a co-com, on another person's stream. This soundboard here allows you to effectively bring your soundboard that you would normally use in Elgato Stream Deck to go on any stream that you want, because all the audio will be coming out of the microphone. So, for example, we actually have Discord here. Let me actually bring up Discord. One great part about Discord is that all your audio sources will be heard through your microphone. So if you're in someone's channel, you can actually play all of your audio sources that you set up in your soundboard through VoiceMod through that. So they can actually hear any and all music or stuff that you actually upload. So let's take Cabal's Victory music. Your friends will be able to hear that, and you can actually mess around with that stuff. Honestly, this is more the gimmick level stuff, but it's enjoyable nonetheless. Just know, though, this is where things start kind of overlapping, just like with the other soundboard option. The soundboard for VoiceMod will you be using your microphones, audio track, and the Elgato Stream Deck here will actually be using your audio from your co-com. That's, to me, that's the only exception. There is actually another solution you can do. That's actually investing in additional virtual audio cables. But for the no-cost solution, and if you're just starting out on streaming, being able to take your single channel and have all of your audios, all of your audio from your stream and be able to separate it and segregate it into their own audio tracks is one of the best things you can actually do for streaming, because it'll allow you to have editing to make your own clips on Instagram, on Twitter, and allow you to take your streams and instead of bringing them over from your Twitch channel, you can have a higher quality from what you record and upload that higher quality onto YouTube. But yeah, this is what I wanted to go over first and be able to try and create. I'm going to try and make a video on this again. Kind of more dedicated. This is more or less kind of a dry run, but for anyone who does enjoy the art of learning how to stream, or just kind of ask yourself the question of how does a streamer actually make their content when they stream, this is actually the audio part. And the most important part, of course, by having everything separated into their own audio tracks, not only can you do it in post, but when you're actually using OBS, you can control everything on OBS as well. So you can make things louder, you can make things quieter, and move on from there. Yeah, audio is king. I would honestly say for a lot of streamers, audio has to be king. Then it has to be your lighting, assuming you actually show yourself on stream. And then finally, video and video quality. But that's going to do it for... Well, that's going to do it for this part here. I wanted to actually go over that. So now, let me actually update... I want to actually update our stream here. And let's actually move on to our game here. The game we're actually going to be playing is actually a beat 'em up. I thought tonight, instead of trying to actually beat a game tonight, I wanted to actually use this to kind of make this video here, make this stream, show you guys how I make the audio. And I'll probably try and I'll see if I can make this a weekly thing, but it's a little hard to kind of cover a lot of topics on OBS or just streaming in general when it comes to ideas. But for now, though, this is blah, blah, blah. I can talk. This is how my audio setup is. And if you actually want to read about more, you can also go to my website. And it's a work in progress. It's a really work in progress if you actually look at it. I also published a guide on how you can actually create it. So, once again, I'll make a video. I made the blog. I made a page on my website, and if anything, if it helps you guys out, I'd like to actually hear it. But for now, though, why don't we actually jump into our game here, which requires me to actually mess around with a few things. Because I completely forgot to actually set up the PC source. And Steam wants this set and wants to install this thing. I don't know why. But if you've never heard of Fightin' Rage, Fightin' Rage is actually an indie beat 'em up game. If you've ever played games like, well, obviously you probably know what a beat 'em up is. It's Final Fight. It's Streets of Rage. It's Knights of the Round. Fightin' Rage is actually an indie beat 'em up made by once again, made by a single developer. Let me actually switch over our sources here. We can actually see the game. I believe, if I remember correctly, this game came out... Actually, I want to check, actually. Yeah, Sebastian Garcia was the sole developer, and the music was made by Gonzalo Varela. One of my favorite things, just want to actually check the release date of this game, at least on Steam. Yeah, this game came out in 2017, so this is actually kind of a recent release. But if you like beat 'em ups as much as I do, this kind of is inspired by, well, all the standard pixelated beat-em-ups. This is actually a very in-depth beat-em-up game. So it even has like a training mode. Oh, one other thing. This game has like, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 64 endings. There's 64 endings in this game. So you'll definitely get your money's worth on playing this game. Because it's a beat 'em up where there's actually key moments in the game where the story will actually change on you depending on where you go or what you do. So there's definitely a lot of replay value here. But you have 3 characters to pick from. There's your, lightweight. There's, your lightweight quick attacker. There's your heavyweight, and then there's also your, middle range there. They even have a stage practice mode, a versus mode if you want to actually fight your friends, time attack mode, a score attack mode, a survival mode, and, well, actually extras. Settings are actually very bare bones here. You can actually do full screen, you can do windowed. There's actually even a post effect. You can have a CRT monitor fill, CRT TV fill if you want, have it be smooth, or have it be clean. I like having it clean, but if you're that kind of nostalgia guy, they actually will give you that. And if you don't want the TV effects, you can even just have the scan lines or have them be squares. A lot of really cool things. And you can even just turn up the bloom if you really want. Have that high dynamic range all over the place. You can change the color, make it a grayscale if you want. You can make it opaque, less saturation, and of course the original. Let's be honest, HDR is pretty much like your bloom. It has bloom and bright level. Soft, boosted, dark. The default's dark. Audio levels, very straightforward. Sound effects volume, muted, low, normal. And of course, you change your language. Only 2 languages, because this was an indie game. And you can configure your controls as well. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. I don't want to mess up my controls here. I got it set up the way I wanted them. So it's actually really nice. But why don't we just play the arcade mode? It has been a while, but there's one other part that actually makes this game really unique. So this is only a local co-op game. Obviously, we're not including Parsec or Steam Remote Play. So you can only play up to 3 players. But one thing the developer actually did, and I want to try this out, because let's be honest, we don't always have friends right by our side, and sometimes Parsec can be Parsec or Steam Remote Play can kind of be garbage depending on where you are in the world. What this guy did was actually very inventive. He actually made a CPU assist mode. So the 64 endings, you can actually get all by yourself. So it's not just you. You can actually play the game by yourself, play with a friend and get the other endings, or you can play by yourself, and you can have one CPU, or have both of them by your side. That's really cool. And of course, to fill out the roster, it could be 2 players, so you have a friend and just have a CPU with you. And so I thought, why not actually spend tonight and actually go through this game with an AI? And let's see what happens. Because I'm really curious of what we can actually do. Also, they're really nice and even throws in a how to play mode here. Which I think I'll actually watch, because it's probably been a good year since I've actually played this game. It has been a long time since I've actually played this game. Yeah, so your special attack here, this actually reflects very much like Streets of Rage 3, where if your SP gauge isn't full, it will actually, it'll take your health. And which is, oddly enough, probably one of my favorite parts of Streets of Rage 3 was that was the SP meter. It is very bouncy. I like Gal. Gal is actually my favorite character to play. It almost has DOA special physics. Honestly, that kind of stopped once they got to DOA 3. It stopped with DOA 3, unfortunately. But I am going to play as Gal, though. I actually do like playing as Gal, but your other options is the heavyweight Ricardo and F. Norris. And you can also, and you do of course have alternate colors as well. Me personally, I just like playing Gal. Gal to me, I always lean towards the lightweights. Playing with the heavyweights are difficult, but the one nice thing about this game, once again, it has multiple practice modes and a training mode, so you can actually kind of learn what your character's movesets are. But I'm going to play this Gal here, but who do we want as our AI? Do we want F. Norris, or do we want Ricardo to be on our team? Alright, Adion wants Ricardo, he will get Ricardo. Let's make it go with his default here. And we can of course choose our difficulty, we can have friendly fire on or off. And you can even, if you really want, you can increase the gameplay speed. So if you want to have the game be super crazy, you can do that. I think what we'll do... I'm trying to remember actually. You know what, we'll just do things on normal. It's been months since I played this game, so, and let's actually disable the friendly fire. So let's beat him up. Have yourself a good night, Chasm. So you can see there's actually an option here. We can actually escape if we want. The one really cool thing about this game is that you can actually choose your destiny. But for now, though, I think what we'll do, we'll just kind of keep things bog standard here. So, like, every choice you have will actually affect the ending of your game. And why can I not? Oh, right, you can only throw knives. Some people can actually use the stuff as weapons. How good this actual beat-em-up was. And yeah, you can just combo your enemies too. One of the other cool things. And there's also a run button. Oh yeah, the P power-up. So, the P gauge there, it basically kind of makes you super powerful for a certain amount of time. You actually kind of get basically an extra bar of health. And it'll also do more damage. The music is so good in this game. Oh yeah, we can also get this. Ricardo's just doing his thing. Oh, there you go. We just need the sword. Mere humans can't be here. What about you? Idiot. On to another category. Hi, how's it going, Linda? Oh yeah, there's one other thing actually what I like about this game. It's kind of like a parry mode. What? Uh-oh. Oh, I want that. I want that sword. How is Ricardo a human? He isn't. So this is actually one of the other options you have. And Ricardo, you got her killed. Ricardo, why? Uh-oh. Also, there's a nice... like, this game is, like, basically... Oh, he actually died really quickly. This game's, like, a great... like, a better Streets of Rage 3. And Ricardo apparently did better than me. You're right, I don't know what I'm getting into. I love how the script actually changes in this game. Like, it just depends on which character's actually here. Go, my boomerang! I also love it when you just pop them into bones. It's so great. And you even get bonus points for it, too. And the bikes also explode. But Ricardo's not a human, though. Gotta love myself to beat him up. God, I mean, it's been a while since I played this game on normal, so it's so great to actually play through this. If I remember correctly, also, your characters also have kind of fighting moves, correctly? It's been a while. But it's like, this is like a super approachable beat 'em up, though. It has like all of the complexities you actually would love to have. Like, even there's the whole walk up and grab the enemy, too. And there's even the ones that actually just will just... Whoa. Damn it. That was the knife. I wonder if Ricardo actually heals. Something tells me he doesn't.
Go! Go!
Ah, come on. Just love being able to combo an enemy and smash them into bones. It's so great. Look at the bones! So great. Oh, right, the bosses. I kind of forgot how you fight them. Probably actually trying to remember how to do that. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, he killed Ricardo. And he's gonna kill me. Oh yeah, that's right. There's also the double up and double down to actually move in and out of the plane. It's also really nice. Like I said, this game just does a lot of things really well. Is this? No, this isn't the Captain Crab. Killing the wolf. I'm killing the wolf. Damn it! Stop that. But there's even the recovery, just like in Streets of Rage, where you can do up and jump and recover. Unfortunately, there's not a like a recovery fall. Not many enemies actually will throw you in this game. Round 3, the slaughterhouse. This is when the enemies start getting health. Oh yeah, I love how you can actually break the doors too. Uh-oh. No, break that! Ricardo, get the apple! Does he actually grab the apple? I want to see if he grabs the apple. He does not grab the apple. Hey, I won that round. I won round 2. And I took the apple. Oh, I can grab this thing. Grab the Hyper Orb. There we go. Save all the slaves. Get myself some chicken. No, I won. It said Gal won. Go look at the VOD. I know if I won something. All those bones I snapped in half. I'm trying to remember if there was a block button in this game. I can't remember. I know you can actually do, like... that's right, you can do parries in this game. So there's actually a parry in this game, which is kind of insane. Like, this is a beat-em-up, like Streets of Rage 4 was actually, like, a good revival of the Streets of Rage, but it's like this. Like, to me, this is, like, a super ideal beat-em-up game for me now. Like, this is a guy who knew his beat-em-ups. Like, extremely approachable, it's simple. It's not, like, a super complex. That's right, you can do up. Yeah, so the one thing about Gal, so they do have special moves. Yeah, so Gal can actually do, what is it, a flash kick. That allows you to actually juggle your enemies even more. Have some knives. Oh good, Ricardo actually grabs an apple. It's amazing. Like, you'd have to be pretty daring to actually make a, to actually say, like, here, we've made an AI for you. What the? This place smells like human corpses. Oh, you're all the ones causing all that fuzz. I'm gonna chop you to bits. Look at that lovely 15-hit combo. And of course you can't, well, move bosses. Alright, that's what this boss does. Oh. Oh, that's new. Yeah, so every time he gets this boss gets up, he'll actually do a jump attack. So it's kind of... Get out of here. I am getting my butt whooped here. And you even have your panic move too, which is great. Ah, darn it. Alright. Time for me to take charge of this. Or not. Apparently Ricardo thinks he can do it. Ricardo, you've got to stop standing where he is. He's gonna get it. He is just getting himself killed. Alright, fine. Just like myself here, apparently. Get over here. What's that? Yeah, enemies also do have recoveries. There we go, I won, just by a little bit. Round 4, the Dark Forest. This is actually... I think I'm actually gonna... Actually, I think I'll... You know what? Let's actually get the worst ending. Let's get the worst ending. And by worst ending, I just mean it's different. I think Ricardo took all my kills. We have the Jet Li Monkey. I just love how you can actually juggle these guys forever. Yeah, but being able to parry attacks as well in this game is also really awesome. It works just like if you're playing Street Fighter 3 Alpha. Wait, Street Fighter 3 Alpha. It's been a while since I've actually played that game. Was it Alpha? No, it wasn't Alpha. Third Strike, that's what it was called. I completely forgot what it was called. Your apple, Ricardo. You need it, buddy. Seriously, he's not gonna grab it? That's weird, actually. I guess he'll only grab food when he's below. I forgot if there's a way to do like an infinite combo in this game. That's like the only thing this game might be missing. As ridiculous as it sounds. Throws in more enemies, though. I will never know the joy of suplexing one of these guys. Oh, we'll take the apple. Ricardo, you gonna eat the apple? No, he's not gonna eat the apple. Hey, how's it going, cool guy? How you doing tonight, man? Ooh. You know this beat 'em up? It's a good beat 'em up. I like it. It's a really like every other indie game. It is really solid. Yeah, they like this guy did above and beyond for an indie game. Like, every enemy is well, the color coding is more for Flash, if anything. But, like, the grabbing system is just like Streets of Rage. Recovery is just, is actually super simple. It actually can just be the jump button. It's not up and jump with the timing or anything. You can throw enemies at the end of your combo. Certain enemies have, attacks that you try and actually, just camp them, basically. Some enemies are actually good at, will block your attacks. These guys here, like Bolo. Yeah, characters who will stay away because they have a really powerful, they have a long range attack. You can even do up and down dashes to actually get, so you can avoid attacks really easily. Just run attacks. There's your panic moves. Especially can beat up pigeons. Take out all my Fall Guys raid from them. Make them blow up into hilarious chunks of bones. Eat some apples. It's great. I forgot what the throw button was, though, with this game. How you throw? And even has multiple endings, too, and multiple paths. But this game gets stupidly difficult on the higher levels. I'm really rusty, which is why I chose normal. Kinda wanted to refresh the course. Alright, this is the swamp stage. Oh, the swamp stage. No. I don't want to deal with it. Or maybe I do. How do they throw their sword? I don't think you can. Yeah, I think we're fighting another bolt. Oh yeah, we are fighting. We're fighting Minotauro. How did you work? I completely forgot how you work. Okay, he has a panic attack. Oh right, he doesn't. He actually has the thing I hate in in Streets of Rage 4. He has an anti-flinch. He doesn't flinch. Oh god, and you can also get a combo too. Oh, please leave me alone. Oh, cool, they actually recover. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing in this game. That's really nice. No! I need to find that food. Gotta be food somewhere around here. There it is. There's the food. Damn it. Stop throwing me. There we go. Pop up all those wolves into bones. That's nice that there's actually a recovery feature. I mean, it would probably be AI only, but still, that's really smart. I was actually curious. I was like, well, the AI is probably going to die over and over and over again. How many of you, like, weren't tired of pigeon ninjas? Here's human ninjas. Should feel better. How many rounds are there? Usually it's 7 to 8 rounds. So it depends on the path you take. But there's usually 7 to 8 stages. There's, I think, like, half of them you'll pretty much always do. Like, obviously you'll always do round 1. But, like, you'll just instantly, but from there on, there will always be a certain set of stages you'll always do. Some are more rare than others, just simply because, well, you're actually, just in a different place. Oh good, he actually ate the apple. Just like one, yep, there was an you saw the alternate path of the forest. That was one, that's a good example of it. Oh, I could use that apple. What the heck is going on? I cannot see myself here. Well, that's a pipe. Let's see. Well, I actually do need that. The Gold Wolf! I completely forgot there were enemies that basically had the no flinch mechanic in this game. There we go. If I remember correctly, you're also invulnerable when you do your special move, too. Yeah, but this game definitely gives you a lot of value. Kinda went a little insane on the achievements, though. Personally not a fan of the achievements. Love the music, though. Ah, darn it. There we go. Ricardo taking that chicken. Knows what to do. Proud of him. Pigs will die tonight. I forgot how. Is it triangle? No. I just can't remember how to throw weapons in this game. I don't think there is, actually. I'll grab that apple. Ah, darn it. Oh yeah, that was one thing this game didn't do right. The whole, I'm gonna keep picking up the same weapon over and over and over again. Oh, well, at least I got the kill. I don't think the water added anything to the actual throwing mechanics. But just in general. I do not remember having to deal with a clock. But okay, well, there's a clock. Oh. Oh, crap. I forgot about that. Oh, I'm going to die here. I forgot about this stage. This is a terrible boss fight. So, you ever liked going down a raft with no borders? Where you could just jump off? Yeah, this is the stage that does that to you. On the plus side, it also applies to them as well. And apparently no one can swim in this world. And Ricardo just doesn't care. He just dived himself in water. Oh, that's great. And that hyper orb. That life. Down here. No! Well, I just threw myself in the water. How you actually... You know, with everyone going after Ricardo, I actually don't know how I did this section. Ah, come on. And Ricardo's back with a vengeance. Oh, you don't get your full HP. Okay. And I just killed myself. Oh, well, it's fine. I have 4 lives, thankfully. We're not even close to being done in this section. I think we're almost out. Yep, we're out. Okay, boss fight time. Look how beautiful they made this stage. I hate this guy. I completely forgot how to actually fight this guy. I literally forgot how to fight this guy. I mean, at least Ricardo's gonna be able to do something about him. I don't remember how I fought him. Oh no! I hate myself. I completely forgot how to actually do this section. Oh, I remember. Okay, I think I remember how I got the combos. Well, that wasn't it. It's close. Poor Ricardo. Why am I doing that? At least Ricardo can actually reach. There we go. Into the drink you go. Yeah, that was definitely my win for how long he was unconscious. Death Island. Ah, yeah. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Okay, so there is actually a parry mode in this game that is just like Third Strike or Street Fighter. But there's different types. Ricardo combo 320. Yeah, you can basically work together and make stupidly long combos. Like, this game is not afraid of actually doing combos like crazy. Oh my god, please. Oh my god, I forgot about this game. There are times where you do want to actually be on the ground instead of instantly recovering. These are the guys you don't want to recover against. Also, if you have a death wish, you can actually just outright chain all the enemies together. But you kind of see how many enemies we're going to be fighting now, just as the normal group, on normal. So many enemies. Oh god. Combos. They won't stop. Take that, you pigs. Horrible pigs. Always charging into me. Who's ready to fight an army? Hey, don't keep that combo going. $96 combo. We're up to 100 now. Oh, this is satisfying. And we lost it. 100 hit combo. Oh, don't. Right, he only had one life. Oh, I hate both of these, fighting both these guys. Only those guys is a pain in the butt. Oh, please get that. Get the chicken. Thank you. Got the chicken. Right. Alright, these guys can't keep grabbed. Remember, these guys can actually beat themselves up. Oh, apparently they don't have much health, so hey. And Ricardo just destroys them. Oh, shoot. Give me the power! Poor Ricardo, he literally is just being flung everywhere by the explosions. Can I, like, help you up or something? Guess not.
Go! Go!
Nope. No, you don't. Yes, it does. Honestly, what breaks this game is like it's very user-friendly. Like, it's very beginner-friendly. Like, even throwing people at the end of a chain, all you have to do is just hold down or up. Really nice. I'll let you go. Oh no. Oh. Throw the enemies over in that direction. And let myself get killed by one. I'm trying to remember how I did this fight. Don't remember how. Oh, he's gonna get himself shredded. No, not actually. He didn't get himself killed. Good for you, Ricardo. Get that chicken. You deserve it. It's like I'm taking this chicken. Oh god! I think I also like just because the super, I think the super meter was something that was really overlooked in this game, in Streets of Rage 3. Next boss. Okay, just keep running into Ricardo for him then. Oh crap. Right, he throws a bunch of knives. There we go, we got a corner. Or no. We have him! No, wait, never mind, he's cornered again. Not fair. And that's it, you're... Oh, okay, never mind. There's more of you to go, apparently. Oh, there's a lot of you. No! Also really nice you can actually break out of enemies' grabs. Sure, jump right into Ricardo. Nope, no one cares about him. No one has anything to say about him. Round 7, final encounter. Last stage. God, it's so satisfying how they blow up into bones. I probably should actually explain how the parry system actually works in this game. So there's your actual parry, which is if you do forward into an enemy attack, you'll actually parry it and not take damage. But you can also parry by throwing an attack at it. You're more likely to actually pull off the attack parry, but you'll take damage with the attack parry. That's the only downside. No, that had food in it. We needed that. What? Aw, come on. Out of all things, we got the knife. Alright. Yeah, I was gonna die there. I don't even know what to call these birds here. They're really dangerous, though. Really powerful. Oh, pigs. Another piggy. Good old guy. Need that food. Even has its own elevator section. Oh, so they can do the electric charge. I was wondering about that. Come on, blow up. There you are. Oh, right. Unfortunately, the big guys don't blow up. Oh, get away from me. There we go. Kinda wish the big guys could actually blow up in a pile of bones, but hey. I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna need it. Alright, never mind, Ricardo's got him. Wow, the AI is actually really good at this. And the only thing they actually need is like a lot more lives. What the? Alright. No! Do that. Do that to the... Alright, I'm just gonna take care of the small fries. Let the big boys play. One other nice thing about this game, if you do get some grabs in this game, you can actually just jump and wiggle your way out of it. Go get that turkey. Get that turkey. Alright, no. How the heck did he pull that off? Yeah, he's gonna die. I think that was almost the end. Yep, that's the end of the elevator. That's it, get your butt up. That's what makes this game such a good beat 'em up, though. It's like, this is like... To me, this is like honestly one of the best beat 'em ups I've ever played. Like, I think if anything, the only thing you might want, like, honestly critique about it is maybe it's like, oh, I kind of don't like, it can be very dark. The story, at least. Get out of here. Everyone took... Double KO. Okay. Put you in your place. Yep. Need you to get... Oh, that's a combo. Played on the first stage. Oh, you're missing out, man. Missing out. This is really good. What? Yeah, you should really take the time and play through this. Especially if you can actually just have all three characters in the story if you wanted. Oh god, Ricardo's gonna make this hell. Yeah, he's gonna make this hell. I can't believe I parried that. I was not expecting to parry that. Out of my life. Oh my god! Ricardo, why did you pull all of them? Damn Doberman. Please, get that turkey. Get the chicken. No, I'm calling it turkey. Are you the boss? A strong mutant helping humans. Looks like we weren't clear enough. This war is nonsense. Mutants and humans can live peacefully together. Look at yourself. Such a disgrace. A mutant like you, talking like them. This will lead us to nothing but our own misery. Deep inside, that's something you already know. A true mutant doesn't need arguments or facts. He has feelings. A true mutant rules by his own power. Alright, I forgot about this fight. This was a terrible fight. Forgot how bad this fight actually is. Oh my god, that's actually probably why I learned, like, to really hate Streets of Rage 4. Hate's a strong word. Okay, no, oh, yeah, okay, I did hate it. I mean, how to describe it? I hated it because of the because you couldn't get these guys to flinch. This was actually my introduction to that crap. You, especially since I had to fight two of them at once. No. Couldn't help him. Don't you see that? It's useless to keep trying. Better give up now. Looks like I have to get rid of you, personally. Ah, yeah. You know, there's gotta be some rule in beat-em-ups now. It's like, yeah, just give the final boss a gun. Gotta be some rule. And let's just give him a gun. And apparently... there's no way to actually, like, get him to go faster. Stop that. Ah. Cardo, I kinda need you to get up. Alright, you can't grab him. And at least so the enemies can take the bullets for you. Poor Ricardo. No, you don't. No, you don't. Oh, crap, I'm actually really in trouble here. Ricardo, I kinda need you to get up, please, and survive. Ricardo, please live. Please live. Nope. Ah, crap. Damn it. Oh, at least they combined our scores. I can't believe I lost. God bless Trigger Fire for doing that. That is so many more coins than I've ever gotten. Yeah, I'm not giving up. Thankfully, this game also is very generous with its checkpoints. Unfortunately, I'm gonna lose like all of my lives here. Stupid Dobermans! Stop that! Stop that! Don't know how that worked, but it worked. I'll take it. Take a chicken. Take your chicken. I'm surprised Ricardo didn't lose a life. See, I would love to be able to play this through this game with someone like John and such. It's really nice. I grabbed him. I shouldn't have gone for the grab. Okay, I guess you can't. Well, once grabbed, you can't get it out of the grab. This is such a mess. Oh, this is such a mess. Well, I'll take that 25 hit combo. That's one. There we go. Be careful, he has a gun. The boss. You know, you could just call this Streets of Rage with animals. I'm actually surprised we didn't have Rue as a kid. What the? Okay, fine. Oh! Oh, he does have his own flinch attacks. Darn it, missed. Damn it! Great, I can't grab him. Forgot about that. It's like this is Mr. X with a gun. Or, you know, well, what am I saying? Mr. X has a gun. Bam! Give me that 20-hit combo. This is much better. There we go. There you go. It's game clear. Did I lose? Oh my god. Yeah, I won that. Well, so much for the one credit clear. Oh, that's right. You can also there's also a speedrun mode, so you kind of see how long it took to beat the game. So it actually took us an hour to beat this game. It's additive, so it only took me 2 minutes and 51 seconds to beat the first stage. And then from there, it just kept adding the times together for a grand total. So it's grand total, not sectional. Time to run away. That was close. I hope it was enough. It will never be. Huh? Violence against humans was never the problem. What do you mean? Violence itself. That's the real problem. Violence has always existed. Among mutants. Among humans as well. Human being or mutant, it doesn't matter. Violence will always come from both. You're right. We can only fight to protect the innocent. Sorry to tell you so, but humans aren't innocent. I know. Hmm? Why do you fight for us, then? I already told you. Fight to protect the innocent. At the moment, there are a lot of innocent humans out there. I'll protect them. We're fighting for them simply because they're humans. Would not be different from our enemies. You're good-spirited. Hopefully, everybody, humans or mutants, will think like you. This is the... What ending is this? This has got to be the worst ending. We didn't do anything special. Finally, the boss has been defeated. However, in the meantime, innocent people have passed away. Perhaps. Could have been avoided? No. No, it couldn't. Ending H. Losses. And that's Fighting Rage. I have actually been thinking if I'm gonna do like an entire day, it's gonna be like just play through a bunch of beat 'em ups. There's a lot of good beat 'em ups. I could actually just think like, you know what? I wouldn't mind playing through this game again and again and this game again. It'd be great. Yeah, this game is actually really good. Even everything's royalty free, surprisingly enough. I'm trying to think how much this game costs. It's got to be like under $10 now. Yeah, he actually made an update to the game recently. I gotta go back on my highlights and see what the original year was. At least he's keeping his copyright active. God, there was actually one other thing they added. Oh, there you go, extras. I think they added extra characters. Oh yeah, you can actually buy profiles with all the money you've earned. So with the money you actually earn in this game, you can actually unlock new costumes. And of course, to actually get these costumes, it'll actually say you have to do certain things. So let's see here. This item will only be available after you beat the game single player mode with Gal at hardest difficulty or harder. Yeah, this game gets kind of difficult at the higher levels. I think this one, yeah, get rank A with score attack mode with Gal. Nice, lot of little costumes, and also the sprite arts really is on point. Remember correctly, that's right, they added a music gallery too. So you can actually listen to all the music in the game too. So that's also a really nice touch with this game. That's what he actually just added recently, which made me go like, I should play through this game again. That's not the way I want to go. But yeah, you can buy more add-ons. So you buy training mode, you buy stage practice, you buy the score attack mode. You basically buy all the other modes, or you have to unlock it. Unlocking all the content in this game becomes very difficult. Like, you actually have to buy the hardest difficulty. Kind of a pain. Oh yeah, here's this one. This item will only be available after you beat the game at hardest difficulty or harder without using continues. Yeah, they kind of went kind of nuts on what they want you to do. Other than that, though, it's a really solid game. Even actually throws tips and such to actually explain how to do some of the more complicated stuff. Yeah, escape from grabs. If you rapidly press jump or do a special attack, you can escape easily from enemies that grab you. So, this guy really knew his beat-em-ups in and out. But I think that's gonna do it for me tonight. Really just kind of wanted to be able to get that. Kind of really wanted to show my my streaming setup, or my audio setup actually. and be able to kind of relax and play through a game, because I haven't sat down and played through a game in a good while. But for now, though, should probably take a look and see who is streaming here. Sorry, when I alt tab, everything has to, everything kind of freezes here. What the is... Wait a minute, do I think streaming? Oh, huh. Oh, well, I was originally just going to say, like, oh, John must be streaming. I am completely incorrect on that. He is not streaming tonight. Apparently, unless something happened. But I'm going to give a host over to Smite. If you want to actually, talking about actually setups here, Smite actually runs a stream every Sunday called The Arcade Pit. It's actually a game show. About video, obviously it's about video games, but he's actually currently doing a lot of scene making and stuff, and looks like he's still at it, so I'm going to give him a host. So if you actually want to learn more about streaming and how he produces all of his content, definitely go give him a follow. But until then, though, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's stream. Sorry, it's a little... I kind of want to do things a little bit shorter. Probably we'll see if we get... I'll probably actually take a look at my backlog and see what games we can actually beat this week. But until then, though, thank you very much for watching. And until then, take care.